I didn't think I had any rights. No one would listen to me. My doctor said I had to. These are just a few of the things I've heard talking to people about their birth experiences. To me, as a grad student in legal studies, someone's birth narrative is more than just an individual story. It's a political artifact that can reveal the ways in which law filters into the most intimate areas of our lives. And when it comes to childbirth, what I've learned is we have a consent problem. So my second daughter was born by what's known as a VBAC, a vaginal birth after cesarean section. And if you take a look at this map, what you'll see is all of the hospitals that would have banned me from doing that. Each dot represents a hospital that has what's called a VBAC ban, meaning that if you walk in the door and your previous pregnancy resulted in a C-section, you will not be allowed to give birth vaginally and will be forced to accept a repeat C-section in all cases. Now this is despite the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and a host of other medical organizations that say VBACs are safe in most cases. And these kinds of bans are not only unnecessary, they're unethical and even dangerous. And if you can take a look at this landscape and still think, maybe not a consent problem, consider that in 2014, Jennifer Goodell wanted to try for a VBAC, but said, of course, if the health of her baby were at risk, she would accept a cesarean. Well, that wasn't good enough. The hospital went to a judge who court-ordered her to have a C-section. Now, can we step back for a minute and think about any other case in which a judge can court-order a decisionally capable adult to have major surgery over their consent? We can't even court-order a dead person to donate their organs, even if that would save someone's life. So not only is the consent problem real, but it's harmful. For my dissertation, I've interviewed dozens of people who've experienced what's called birth trauma from these kinds of forced interventions. Because of this trauma, they've been unable to bond with their babies, unable to breastfeed. They've had postpartum depression and PTSD. Some have even chosen not to have more children because they're too afraid to give birth in a hospital again. The broader medical literature bears all of this out, as well as the real harm being done to families by this consent issue. That's why my dissertation explores rights during childbirth, in hopes of making real policy changes and getting patients to be able to advocate for their rights to bodily autonomy at this very vulnerable time.